Hey everybody, it's Dale here with the STEM team with another Friday educational video for you. This week we're going to talk about the costs associated with selling your house. And at the end of the video, just like last week, I'm going to have a quote of the week. Hopefully it gives you some inspiration to get through whatever you might be struggling with in your life. Also, the video is going to be available on YouTube and on our Facebook page. After this, feel free to go over to the YouTube page and hit subscribe, comment if you have any questions. Of course, you can also DM us on Facebook or email, call, text, whatever is best for you. So let's just jump right into it. As you can see, I've already got a lot of the costs down now. All these costs are based on a $300,000 house, okay? And these costs are not all encompassing. I didn't put all the costs on here because some of them vary from transaction to transaction. So the first cost is title fee, $150 to $300. So this is the fee that the title company charges to close the deal. Okay, that fee is different from owner's title insurance. Okay, owner's title insurance is from the underwriter, and they're the ones that actually insure the title in case there's ever an issue that comes up in the future with chain of title or any question over chain of title. The owner's title insurance here helps protect you and insure you to make sure that if anything comes up, you can be protected. Third is the city, county, state transfer tax. Now that tax is $8.60 per 1,000. That's how we come up with this. So on 300,000, it would essentially be $8.60 times 300. It gives you 2,580. I'm also going to add some calculators on the YouTube video for you to go there and play around with some of these numbers if you're if you just are curious about what it would cost to sell your house. Okay. Real estate commissions vary from 1% to 6%, and I say 1% to 6% because if you're hiring a good agent, it shouldn't just be a standard commission. They should give you options. And one of the things that we do at the STEM team is we give different options for commission based on that 12,000. You'll see down here. I'll get to that later. If we list your home and we also find the buyer, we're only going to charge you 4%. We're not going to charge you the full 6%. The maximum usually is 6%. Now, there are administrative fees that brokerages charge, and this is to handle all the behind-the-scenes paperwork, staff, things that support us agents to be able to do our job, and so handling escrows, all those things that go in. And so that, excuse me, those fees range from $295 to $595. $595 is one of the bigger names in brokerages in real estate. Charge a pretty hefty fee. Ours is $295, so ours is on the lower end. Property taxes. Now at your closing, you'll have prorated property taxes, and the way that works is depending on the day that you close, if you've already paid your taxes for the summer or for the winter, the days remaining on that tax bill that you're not going to live in the house, those taxes are going to be credited back to you. Okay, so you're not paying for days that you're not living in the house. And just for simplicity's sake, I gave this in this scenario a credit of $1,000. Okay. Water escrow, standard water escrow is $300. It can be higher depending on the municipality. Sometimes in Detroit we charge higher. Pontiac, sometimes we charge a little bit higher. It just depends on the situation. But the vast majority of the time, the escrow is water escrow is $300. And once the final water bill is paid, this is released back to the seller. Okay. Occupancy. If you're selling your house and you need to be able to have time once it closes to find a house and move and close on that house, then you're going to need occupancy. I didn't use occupancy here because honestly it just varies based on the price point. It varies based on the seller. Sometimes the seller, they can buy and move out and put the house up for sale and they're not living there, so they don't need occupancy. But just remember that in general, it's a per diem, and it's based on the price point. So for a $300,000 house, if the mortgage payment is going to be, let's just say $2,000 a month, divide that by 30. That gives you a pretty good idea of what the per diem for occupancy can be. Okay. Association dues also vary, so if you live in a HOA, if you have an HOA, you have association dues. Again, they'll be prorated, so the amount that you paid up front that's due back to you will be prorated, and you will be credited that, okay? HOA letter, lenders require HOA letter, or title companies require HOA letters to confirm that the status of the HOA dues to make sure that they've been paid, okay? Now this can vary based on if it's a property management company, who's managing the association, whatever it is. In my association, there's no charge. You do have to give them quite a bit of notice, but there's no charge. If, let's say, you go to a condominium association that has a property management company, I've seen it as high as $500, okay? This is something that if you're selling a condo, you're selling a house, and it's in an association, you kind of want to have an idea of what this cost is up front, because you need to factor that into your cost, okay? Concessions can vary. We've been in a market where concessions haven't been that popular. Sellers haven't had to give concessions. The market's starting to shift, and so I think we're going to start to see more concessions over the next year or two and beyond. But concessions can vary based on the type of loan and the type of buyer. If it's a VA loan, VA loan can get up to 6% concessions. Most conventional loans, it's 0 to 3%, and obviously it's all negotiable. So if a seller has a multiple offer situation where you are selling your house and you've got 2-3 offers, obviously you want to net the most. So the offer that doesn't have concessions or has the least amount of concessions, you're going to pick. So concessions can vary. Home warranty, if it's negotiated or if it's offered, it's usually right around $500, $495, $485, something like that. It depends on the real estate agent and the company they use, but $500 is pretty standard. You can add to that home warranty, add different options, and the price can go up. But standard is usually right around $500. The lender usually charges a payoff processing fee. That fee is $25 to $50 usually. Sometimes they don't charge anything, sometimes they, but 25 to 50 is pretty standard. This is not from the title company, this is not from anywhere else, this is from the lender. When they process a payoff, they charge this fee, so the title company charges it up front. Wiring fee. If you want your funds wired to you after closing, if it's a very large sum, you don't want a check, you don't want to wait on the check cashing at the bank. The title company may or may not charge you a wiring fee. If they do, it's usually $25 to $50. Now, we're going to go down here to our total. And so, again, it's a $300,000 house is what it's based off of. We had $200 I used for title fee because that's what my title company uses that we used. That's what they charge. For the title insurance, it was $1,597.23. $25.80 for the state transfer tax, city, county, $200,000 for a payoff, $12,000 for a 4% commission on $300,000, $295 for the administrative fee. You're gonna get a credit of $1,000. I just used a nice even number. Credit of $1,000 for the property taxes that you get back that you've already paid that you're not gonna be living in the house for. $300 for escrow. But again, this is probably going to come back to you once the final water bill is done. It's usually, if there's any amount due, it's taken out of this, and then the remainder is credited back to you. So you normally get a big chunk of this back. And finally, I've got a payoff processing fee of $25. I didn't do the wiring fee because maybe you don't get a wire, maybe you'd rather have a check. So once you calculate all that out, this fictional net seller is going to walk away with $84,002.77. So $84,002.77. That's what they're going to walk away with if they sell their house for $100,000 or for $300,000 after all those costs. Now again, these costs can all vary based on the situation, based on the negotiation, based on the market. There's a lot of factors. cost of a house, of what it costs to sell a house. So today's quote of the week: do it, don't quit. Okay, whatever you have going on, whatever you're struggling with, don't quit. Just keep going, keep moving ahead. There's going to be obstacles. To be honest, this week I struggled with our schedule changed around a little bit, and I didn't make as many phone calls as I had planned to. But you know, just gonna keep moving forward, gonna keep doing it. So that's what we have to do. Any obstacles we can overcome. All right. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to Tracy or I. You can email, text, go over to the YouTube channel, click subscribe, comment if you have questions. I will answer them. Obviously, you can reach out to us anytime. We're willing to help any way that we can. It doesn't even have to be real estate related. So hope you all enjoyed this. Be interested to get some feedback, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Bye.